even though we didn't get State of Decay 3 release date, and, everybody's wondering, where is State of Decay 3 at this point? Well, it's not here yet, unfortunately, guys. We don't have a release date yet. We're still kind of clinging on to hope that State of Decay 3 will be releasing in 2026 from the, delay that happened from, 2025 to 2026. Undead Labs, they delayed the game, and we're hoping that they're able to stick to a 2026 release date. And if you were to ask me when I believe they're going to release it, I thought, guys, if you guys watch our videos, I had mentioned that I thought we were going to get something at the Xbox Game Showcase about State of Decay 3, and I thought that they were going to announce the release date or show a release date trailer for State of Decay 3, showing like a January, February, or March release date of 2026 for State of Decay 3. I no longer believe that's going to happen. I think unless they do an Xbox showcase in the fall and they announce, State of Decay 3 for, Q1 of 2026, I don't think they're going to do that because it's just not a lot of time to plan. Naomi Barnes says, I think it will come out in early 2027. You might be right, Naomi. I'm still hoping that they come out with it in 2026, obviously because we've been waiting so long for the title. But if it's not ready yet, yes, wait until 2027. The issue I'm seeing, though, is if you go Q2 of 2026, so let's say they have an Xbox Game Showcase that they show fall of this year, and they announce State of Decay 3's release date for June of 2026. The problem I see with that is, number one, GTA 6 comes out in May. Nothing should be planning, you should not be planning a release date anywhere near GTA 6. The perfect launch date, I thought, was going to be like January, February, or March of 2026. The fall of 2026 would work, potentially, depending on how they do the release schedule. The only thing that you got to be really careful about, if you're going to release State of Decay 3 in fall of 2026, there's a couple of games that I believe are going to be coming out in 2026 around the fall. Number one would be another Xbox title or IP, Gears of War E-Day. Unless E-Day gets pushed to 2027 or something of that nature, I think Gears of War E-Day is going to release fall of 2026. I think more specifically like October of 2026, like a Halloween release, makes a lot of sense to me for a Gears of War E-Day release. The other thing you have to think about, though, is Call of Duty. Obviously, Call of Duty is notoriously coming out every single year, pretty much around October or November every year. Now, State of Decay 3 is not anything like COD. State of Decay 3 is really nothing like Gears either. And so the issue, though, I see, though, is Xbox like releasing two of their games near each other. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Now, if you're like a couple of months apart, maybe, like say you release State of Decay 3 in September and then November you release Gears, I don't know. I don't love that too much. I think that you want to keep them kind of spread somewhat. Now, if they're both going to just be, day one on Xbox Game Pass, people can kind of go back and forth. I just think overall, you want to kind of spread your games out a little bit. So that'll be really interesting. Virus says it really sucks we didn't get anything on SOD3. Yes, I agree, man. It's unfortunate. But once again, from our live stream yesterday, where we were, we did a watch party on the, the Xbox Games Showcase, Jeff, who was on the show, my co-host, he had mentioned just trust the process. Kind of like Dead Island 2 was the example that he brought up. Dead Island 2 had the amount of development hell it went through was crazy. Changing hands and this and that, and everyone was like, dude, there is huge concern here, panic button, like massive concern. And then it released, and the zombie character models were some of the best we've ever seen, like in that time, right? So sometimes you just have to trust the process. That's it. You know, I think we've got, even though we haven't gotten anything this year, right? We had the Xbox Game Showcase, what was it, last year that we got trailer 2? If we hadn't gotten that, and we got to this Xbox Game Showcase, and we still got nothing on State of Decay 3, you know, since the release of the first trailer back in 2020, there's reason to hit the panic button. You know, I think that there's still a possibility we could see it next year. I think it's starting to dwindle slightly unless they have an Xbox Game Showcase this year in the fall and they show Gears of War E-Day for next, because we didn't get a Gears of War E-Day release date either. So is it coming out fall of next year? You know, so those are things that we're kind of wondering, right? But State of Decay 3, I'm still going to hold on to, we're going to see it next year. I don't believe we're going to see it in the beginning of the year, though, now. I thought it was going to be beginning of the year of 2026. I thought they were going to announce that yesterday. They didn't. And so I think we're going to see it fall of 2026. And I'm going to hold on to that. But once again, guys, we are going to be breaking down everything State of Decay 3 for you as we go here. We're going to be creating a ton of content on the YouTube channel. You guys can check out all of the, State of Decay 3 content right here on Horror Theory. We're certainly going to be talking about Resident Evil Requiem. We'll be talking about Ill. We'll be talking about other horror games. We'll probably be playing some other horror games. But State of Decay 3 is the focus, because I know a lot of you, most of you, are here for State of Decay 3 because you guys are passionate about this thing. You're passionate about State of Decay, and so are we. We're very, very passionate about State of Decay 3.